Hey, happy Tuesday, you guys. Dr. B here. I wanted to hop on and kind of give you today's edition of Coffee Talk. And I got busy with the weekend, and so things got a little disconjointed. So we had a Grand Canyon training hike, and I got right into a Monday, which was super busy because I'm leaving tomorrow night, actually headed to Alabama to see my family and just trying to cram, as they say, 6 ounces into a 4 ounce cup. So, as I was getting ready to start my day and get busy with my day this morning, there's a couple of things that kind of popped into my mind that I wanted to share. And so, one of those is that stress makes us feel like everything happens or needs to happen right now, but faith reassures us that everything will indeed happen in God's timing. And I think that is so important because there's so many different analogies that you could use in that. And, you've heard the saying, well, if that door doesn't open, maybe it's not your door. You've heard a whole host of other things. And one thing that I learned from a friend of ours, Christy Nye, she shared with me a quote. It said that God is still writing your story, so quit trying to steal the pen. And when you sit back and you think about that, I will share a couple of different stories with you about my personal life. God has blessed me with these. Okay. Out of the course of my life, when I was very young, I spent time doing construction. In my adult life, I spent time in the catering industry while I was going through graduate school. And in my professional career, I've had a lot of success in the chiropractic world and now the functional medicine space and coaching people. But anything that I've always had these involved with, I've typically done okay with. Now, God gives us certain gifts. And I think one of the things, me being blind in my left eye, I've not been able to see since I was about 3 or 4 years old. I was outside playing in the dirt. I put my hands in my mouth. I actually got a bacterial infection that actually deteriorated my retina. So I'm blessed that it did not affect both of my eyes. But my whole life growing up, my mom and my dad always told me that I wasn't different than any other kid. They always told me that I was special. So they breathed that belief into me and my brother, and they told us that they loved us and they told us that we were going to do great things. And the most important part is they taught us to be decent human beings. Now, in my professional life, you've heard me say that we don't get what we wish for, we get what we work for. There has been times where this guy thought that he wanted something else. I have tried real estate investing in the past and I have not had any success. Zero. Meaning, I would tell people what to do, they would do it and make money hand over fist. I would do the exact same thing and it was a roadblock. There are other business ventures that I have tried and it wasn't meant to be because God had other plans for my purpose in my life. Now, anything involving this, I've been good. I can redo landscaping. I can put in irrigation. I can shovel rock. There was a time in my life when I actually taught myself to build custom furniture. And so I did that for a little bit of time and I realized that I did not have the patience for the finishing part of it. I was great at the construction piece, but when it came to filling, sanding, all the stages of finishing, I did not have that patience. And I realized that I truly enjoy the creative process. But once I map out that creative process, then I tend to get a little bit bored because everything becomes mundane and we roll through it over and over again. So, my share for you today with Coffee Talk is be patient. Okay. I started this video by saying stress makes us feel like everything needs to happen right now, but faith reassures us that everything will happen in God's timing. And that is huge. And that folds right into this other quote that I shared with you is that God is still writing your story. So quit trying to steal the pen. Oftentimes we think we know what we need for ourselves, but in reality, we are so blessed because God didn't give us certain things we've asked for over the course of our life. And maybe it was a job, maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a physical thing, maybe, just maybe, those things would have actually been more detrimental to you than beneficial. So today is Tuesday. Like I told you prior to the end of last week, I'm going to schedule these out about 3 days a week just so that you guys are engaging And if you'd like to receive these by text and you're not already and you're getting this on social, then go ahead and comment health tips or coffee talk, and then I will get you opted in so that you can receive them directly by text. All right, that is our message for this morning. Be well, be blessed. See you soon.